To my advisor, Dr. Arlene Tabaquero, the chairman of the panelists, Ma'am Alicia Hubay, other members of the panel, Sir Robert Aceret and Ma'am Kathleen Mariano, likewise to the Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Regina Ramel, our facilitators, once again, an exquisite day to all of you. I am here to present my research study titled Biological Profile of Locally Grown Banana Cultivars and the Capability of their Pseudostem sap as an Alternative Electrolyte for Wet Cell. And I am Mr. Jordan C. Orsua Jr., a candidate of Master of Science in Biology program and the proponent of this study. In the advent of time, people continue to look for a renewable, environmentally beneficial alternative source of electricity derived from natural resources. One of them is the banana pseudostem sap, which has the potential to be used as a source of energy. As a matter of fact, Quirino province was endowed with many natural resources and is regarded as one of the banana-producing provinces in the country. Meanwhile, according to accounts, 5,000 acres of banana plantations were identified in Quirino. Moreover, according to the Lohan of 2016, the different banana cultivars such as Saba, Latundan, Lakatan, and Cavendish are found in the province. However, after harvesting the pseudostems, they are just either thrown away or chopped and used as mulch in the ground without considering the other benefits found in its sap. And according to Farzin of 2014, the pseudostem containing a large volume of sap contain minerals and other elements such as sodium, potassium, iron, manganese, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, zinc, and chromium. Hence, this study is guided to establish the biological profiles of locally grown banana cultivars in Quirino province, offering facts and information on the many found species in the province, pH of the substrate, and its capability to lit the LED bulbs. As a result of this research, an alternative electrolyte for power generation can be developed. Finally, this research will demonstrate a substantial advances in the use of banana pseudostem in industry and pave the way for new innovations or options that can support for a sustainable product, particularly in the generation of electricity. The input process output model was employed in the study. The input of the study includes the different cultivars of banana pseudostem sap or BPS such as the Bulkan, Bungulan, Lakatan, Morado, Saba or Dipig, and Tordan sap, which then contained in a 12-volt wet cell battery and stored for different time intervals, as well as the pH, whereas the voltage is measured, recorded, and tabulated. Likewise, the output of the study are the taxonomic classification of the banana cultivars, pH of the substrate, pH of the sap, and potential energy in voltage at different time intervals. Going further are the objectives of the study. First is to establish the biological profile of banana cultivars in terms of taxonomic classifications, pH of the substrate, particularly where the banana plant is planted, and pH of the sap. Second is to determine and compare the potential energy in voltage for electricity generation of the different banana cultivar sap preparation methods or at different time intervals. And lastly is to determine whether the banana sap contained in the wet cell batteries can lit different wattage of LED bulb. With those objectives of the study, the following hypotheses were formulated. First, there is no significant difference on the potential energy of the locally grown banana cultivars in the generation of electricity. And lastly, the pseudostem sap of the locally grown banana cultivars in Quirino province is not capable in producing electrical energy when fresh and stored. The next slide deck shows how the researcher came to the necessary data for the study and how this data was analyzed, interpreted, and presented in the best possible ways. This study used the mixed research method, which is a combination of qualitative and quantitative experimental research design. In the context of qualitative research design, it provided the observation and description specifically on the biological profiles of the banana cultivars. On the other hand, the experimental research design of the study provided data on the pH of the substrate, pH of the sap, potential energy in voltage produced from the banana pseudostem sap as affected by the different time interval of storage, and the locally grown banana cultivars were identified and collected at Purok 7 Pinahiu, San Manuel, Aglipay, Quirino. The pseudostem sap of the ready-to-harvest locally grown banana cultivars, namely the Bulkan, Bungulan, Lakatan, Morado, Saba, and Tordan, were used as samples or subject of the study. Convenience sampling was employed in identifying the plants, especially those that are ready to harvest and available at the plantation, to adhere to the protocols and likewise not to sacrifice the young banana plant. This study was conducted with the use of the following materials. The bolo was used to cut the banana, sterilized plastic bottles, specifically the 1.5 bottle, as temporary containers of the banana sap when harvested. The 24 pieces 12 volts wet cell batteries as containers of the banana sap. Cotton balls was used to remove the foreign materials from the samples, and wash bottles was used to transfer the sap to the designated wet cell containers. Also, alligator clips and wires were used to connect to the wet cell battery, and the LED bulbs were used to test whether the setup is capable to generate power when the sap is fresh and stored or is stored in different time intervals. Also, digital pH meter was used to determine the pH of the sap, and three-way soil meter was used to determine the pH of the substrate where the banana is planted. Other materials or apparatuses were also used for body protection in the conduct of the study. Along with the data gathering procedure of the study, the following were done. First is taxonomic classification of the Philippine banana cultivars for verification, and the researcher consulted to the knowledge bearer or the owner of the banana plantation and experts from the Banana Resource and Development Center of Quirino State University, Difon, Quirino. Next is getting the pH of substrate and the banana sap using the three-way soil pH meter. Meanwhile, in testing the sap of the electrolytes for electricity generation, the following procedures were done. First is preparation of all materials needed in the study. Second is recording the pH of the substrate. Third is gathering the sap of the Philippine banana cultivars or the locally grown cultivars in Quirino. Fourth is banana pseudostem sap preparation. Fifth is getting the pH of the sap and the potential energy of the sap when fresh, and or the initial voltage of our banana sap. Six is the trials and testing using the LED bulb. And next was sap storage and pH measurement at different time intervals. And also data analysis was done. And it was also considered the disposal of the waste from the study. To shed light to the goal of the study, the researcher used the following statistical tools, which includes the mean, ANOVA, DMRT, and the least significant difference. For the mean, it was used to determine the average pH of the substrate, the sap, and potential energy in voltage generated from the banana pseudostem sap when contained into the wet cell battery. The analysis of variance, or ANOVA, was used to determine significant differences between the control variable and the experimental treatments. The DMRT, or the Duncan Multiples Range Test, was used to compare the means of the treatment, and it was used because of the number of treatments, levels, or cultivars under the treatments was more than 6. In this case, the total factor combinations were 40. The least significant difference was used also in comparing the means of time interval due to the number of levels being considered, and this was used when the levels was less than 6. Now, we move to the salient findings of the study. The table presents the taxonomic classifications of the 6 cultivars of banana used in the study. It can be gleaned that the Bungulan, Lakatan, and Morado are derived from the species of Musa acuminata, while Bulkan, Saba, and Tordan are derived from the species of the crossbreed of Musa acuminata and Musa balbisiana. Meanwhile, each of the cultivars belong to the different groups which are commonly originated in Southeast Asia, particularly in the Philippines. And according to Simons of 1955, the taxonomy and origins of cultivars of banana should be categorized using taxonomy scoring approach, which provided their evolutionary history, considering that most of the cultivated banana types are either interspecific hybrid of Musa acuminata and hybrids of Musa balbisiana subspecies. Hence, the findings of the study is meant to be a valuable tool for cultivar identification and selection for planting by interested banana growers as well as future researchers for any reference. It can also be seen from the table that the voltage from positive control, negative control, and the 6 banana cultivars measured at 5 time intervals is shown in this table. As shown in the table, during week 0 or day 0 of the study, among the experimental treatment, the Vulcan cultivars has the highest total voltage with 59.80 volts. While during week 1 of the study, it can be noted that among the experimental treatment, still Vulcan cultivar has the highest total voltage with 75.60. During week 2, among the experimental treatment, Saba or Dipig cultivar posted the highest voltage with 67.00 volts. During week 3 of the study, it can be noted that among the experimental treatment, still Vulcan cultivar has the highest total voltage with 65.10 volts. And lastly, during the week 4 of the study, it can be noted that among all the experimental treatment, Saba or Dipig cultivars has the highest total voltage with 68.20 volts. Hence, it can be noted that the grand total of the voltage generated among all the treatments from day 0 to week 4 is 2,468.40 volts. This table shows the ANOVA or analysis of variance on the voltage of the positive control, negative control, and 6 cultivars measured at 5 time intervals. Using the CRD or 2-factorial experimental design of the study, it can be seen that the treatment and time interval yielded a highly significant difference with each other as proven by the higher F value or the F computed value compared to the tabular F values for 5% and 1% level of significance. The coefficient of variation was shown to be 6.73%, implying a very reliable. Going further, the DMRT was also used in the study to test which among the treatments has significant difference when compared with each other. Comparison of means for factor A or the treatments revealed that positive control, which is the sulfuric acid, has the highest voltage produced, measuring a voltage of 25.107 volts, and the lowest voltage produced was observed in negative control or the distilled water with a mean of 17.433 volts. But it was observed that it is statistically the same with Lakatan and Saba. And also, it is statistically the same with the Bungulan, Morado, and Tordan cultivars. Now, when the effect of the time interval was considered as a single factor, it was revealed that the voltage measured from 5 different time intervals was statistically different and significantly different with each other at 1% level of significance. And this was supported by the high computed value or the F computed value of 12.23 compared with the tabular F values for 5% and 1% with 2.48 and 3.55. Using the DMRT, the table revealed that the highest voltage measurement can be attained in the interaction of treatment 1, which is the positive control and sulfuric acid, at week 0. But it was also observed that it is statistically comparable with treatment 9, which is positive control and sulfuric acid at week 1, treatment 11, treatment 25, treatment 17, and treatment 13. This means that any of the treatments will statistically, or meaning they are not the same with the values, but they are treated the same in the context of statistics. Meanwhile, the lowest voltage was also observed in treatment 26 and was observed to be statistically the same with treatment 34 and treatment 8. Using the 5 watts, 10 watts, and 15 watts LED bulb, it was revealed that most of the treatments has the capability to lit the different wattage of our LED bulb, except in week 2, week 3, and week 4 for the distilled water. Moreover, only the 5 watts LED bulb did not lit in replication 2 during week 2, week 3 and week 4, while the rest of the treatments and replications along the different time intervals for distilled water can no longer lit the 10 watts and 15 watts LED bulb as shown in the following tables. This table displays the repeated measures on the ANOVA with the treatments, both the controlled variables and cultivars as factor using the Mauchly's test of alpha sphericity. Since the Mauchly's sphericity test is significant at 0.05, it can be said that the condition of sphericity has not been attained and thus the corrected F value is used. From the value of the Mauchly's or W, which is 0.003, while the greenhouse geyser corrected F value is used since the Mauchly's W is greater than 0.75. Meanwhile, the test within subjects' effects of control variables and other cultivars implies that the test of effects shows that there are significant differences among the treatments as shown on the corrected F value when using the greenhouse geyser test. On the estimates of the voltage produced by the control variables and the cultivars of banana sap as electrolyte for wet cell, it indicates further that the positive control or the sulfuric acid posted the highest voltage among all the treatments and the negative control or distilled water has the lowest voltage generated with a mean of 17.433 volts. Meanwhile, the Vulcan cultivar is the highest among experimental treatments which generated a mean of 22.213 volts. Based from the pairwise comparison of the treatment, banana cultivars and based from the post-hoc analysis, it revealed that the cultivar are statistically different when compared to the other cultivars. The asterisk symbol here denotes a significant result when compared to a certain cultivar, while absence of asterisk signifies that the cultivar is in comparison or statistically the same with each other. In here, the positive control is compared to all the other treatments. This time, the absence of asterisk in bungulan signifies that the cultivar is in comparison or statistically the same with the negative control. Vulcan now is statistically different from the other 5. Also, the Lakatan is statistically different from bungulan while the Morado, Saba, and Tordan are statistically the same. Saba din is statistically the same with Lakatan while Morado and Tordan is statistically different from Lakatan. In here, Saba is statistically different from Morado while Tordan is statistically the same. And lastly, Saba is statistically different from Tordan. After thorough investigations on the biological profile of the locally grown banana cultivars and the capability of their pseudostem sap as an alternative electrolyte for wet cell, the following conclusions were derived. Number 1. The banana cultivars used in the study, namely the Vulcan, Bungulan, Lakatan, Morado, Saba, and Tordan, has its own unique biological profile, pH, taxonomic classifications, cultivar, origin, morphological features, and descriptions. Number 2, the 6 banana cultivars has the potential energy in voltage for electricity generation at different time intervals such as stored for 1 week, stored for 2 weeks, stored for 3 weeks, and stored for 4 weeks. Number 3, the banana sap of the different cultivars when contained in the wet cell batteries can lit the different wattage of the LED bulb, which includes the 5 watts, 10 watts, and 15 watts. The locally grown banana cultivars in the province of Quirino, particularly the banana pseudostem sap, can be an alternative electrolyte for wet cell batteries. Number 5, there is a significant difference on the potential energy in voltage of the locally grown banana cultivars in the generation of electricity. And number 6, the banana pseudostem sap of the locally grown banana cultivars in the province of Quirino is capable in producing electrical energy when fresh and stored at different times. With all the results of the study, the following are the recommendations of the study. Number 1, it serves as a reference point or point of reference for upcoming research on the banana plant. Taxonomic classifications of additional banana cultivars that are growing locally in Quirino province and other provinces should be established. Number 2, there should be more banana cultivars included in the study, and a chemical analysis or ion composition testing should be done to identify the electrolytes or elements present in the sap to provide a more solid justification for why the banana sap can produce potential energy, particularly in voltage for electricity generation. For comparison, the pH of the substrate and the sap from the banana pseudostem sap during the wet and rainy season should be considered. Number 4, look for alternative to employing wet cell batteries as containers for the storage and fermentation of the banana sap. As a result, a chamber or makeshift container might be created for usage on a larger scale. Number 5, to test the setup's ability to supply energy for power generation, test it in other devices aside from LED bulbs. Number 6, the capacity of the banana sap as an electrolyte for electricity generation may be determined by considering additional elements such as the power generated when connected to equipment, devices, or appliances. Number 7, as it was found that the lowest voltage produced was in the Tordan and Morado cultivar, while it was recognized that it is statistically the same with Lakatan, Morado, and Saba, it is suggested that the ion composition for various cultivars should be explored. Number 8, the banana pseudostem sap has the potential to serve as an alternative source of power and an alternative electrolyte to produce electricity, but this depends on the sap being properly filtered to prevent damage to the wet cells plates. And number 9, look into further applications for banana sap in daily life. The use of sap as a widely available, affordable, ecologically friendly, and cost-effective raw resource in the environment is suggested. And these are the references of my study as basis of the conduct of the study. To end this presentation, I would like to leave a quote from an anonymous author that creativity is thinking up new things and innovation is doing new things. Once again, good day to the members of the panel, and I am now ready to answer your questions and accept your recommendations.